Montana webinar employer, where we are going to highlight our colleagues around the state and have them share with you their experiences of doing workforce development in Montana related to the Healthcare Montana grant. We felt like that you getting to listen to your peers talk about their experiences would be a good way for us to really highlight the work of Healthcare Montana. And we also want to share with you, after our presenters are done, what we have done to put things in place for you after the implementation funds for Healthcare Montana end, which is on March 31st. And I'm just going to give everybody a little bit of a reminder. If you would please mute your phones or your mics on your computers while everyone is presenting, because that really helps us cut down on the background noise. And again, one more time, if everyone would please type your name into the chat room, and anyone else who is in with you listening to this webinar, we'd really like to get a list of the participants. So anyway, so we have put some infrastructure in place for after our implementation funds end, and we want to share that with you. We have a document that we have listed our programs and contacts and ways that you can access what we've developed. It is a work in progress. We'll continue to work on it through the end of March and probably after that. We have put some infrastructure in place that will continue our work after we're gone. And we are also going to be, fortunately, taking advantage of some infrastructure that is already in place. And those people have been willing to take on some of the activities that we have done over the last 3 years as part of Healthcare Montana. So at this point, I think I'll just go ahead and turn it over to Carol Bischoff, who is going to introduce our presenters. And here, maybe I could just go ahead and go down here. So here is what we're going to do today. We're going to have our employers and campuses speak to you, and then we'll show you what resources we have and how you can access them. So again, one more time, if everyone would please type into the chat box your name and who you are in the room with, whoever's in there with you participating in the webinar, so that we can have a list of that. And Carol, do you want to take over from here and introduce our presenters?
Sure. Can everybody hear me okay? I think we do have some sound issues, it looks like, in the chat box, but can most people hear me? We'll start there.
Yep, yes, I'm good.
All right, very good.
So,
okay.
Hey, Carol, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but so yes, while Carol and the presenters are doing the speaking, I will monitor the chat box, and so please feel free to put questions in there. However, we will probably hold the questions until the end so that we can let the presenters talk about what they're going to tell you about, and then and then, of course, we'll, at the end, open it up for you also to actually unmute your mics and ask questions in person if you want to. But please feel free to put anything in the chat box that you would like to find out more about. Okay, go ahead, Carol.
All right, so if you want to advance, please.
Okay.
So good morning, everybody. I see quite a few familiar names. Oh, did you want to cover the overview? Or I can do that, Kay, if you like.
Sure.
All right, just a quick overview, just some statistics. Approximately 2,600 students with a total of over 5,000 students have enrolled in healthcare courses over the course of the grant, including prerequisites. 44 facilities across the state have utilize 15 registered apprenticeship occupations with 161 enrolled apprentices. That number changes almost daily, so I'm guessing since we put this slide together, that probably has increased by a few anyway. 47 new or enhanced healthcare programs have been developed, and big changes in nursing programs, 1 semester reduction for each, practical nurse, ASN, and BSN completion. And we've also built a strong presence for distance delivery for the practical nurse program, and also other allied excuse me, allied health programs. Then coming soon, we've been working, this has been a very complicated endeavor, but very soon community health worker and fundamentals of behavioral health continuing education will also be available. So